It's 16 months since the Judicial Inspectorate for Correctional Services visited the Joburg Correctional Services Centre, and the centre's remand section, as you've seen, remains overcrowded and dilapidated. There's reports of no running water, despite the assurances from prison officials that they are in fact dealing with the issue. So what are the challenges, and are we ever going to see any change? Let's speak to the Department of Correctional Services spokesperson Singabakho Nxumalo. Singabakho, thank you so much for making time. So the Judicial Inspectorate, my understanding, is visited that facility a year ago and made findings of overcrowding, lack of hot water, and just generally poor conditions. The department made a commitment to addressing the issues, but it appears nothing has changed. Why?
A very good afternoon, and thank you for having us. When the Judicial Inspectorate visited Johannesburg, fortunately I was there. We visited the remand section. The jigs could see what was happening there. We then discussed to say this is what they managed to pick up, or were then expected to provide a response in terms of addressing the challenges which were there, of which we did. It is therefore unfortunate that you will get a report which says nothing has happened, because a lot has happened. One, we did disclose that the challenges of overcrowding is something that needs attention, not just from correctional services, but it's a matter confronting the entire criminal justice system. But we said, look, there is something that can always be attended to, because we work together as stakeholders. We then said, what is the challenge there with hot water? The pipes there are quite old. And we presented to JICS that there was a project, and that project is now at 90% complete in terms of changing the steam pipes there. So it is not true that nothing has been done. A total of 16 calorifiers have been installed there. We then made an arrangement to say inmates could be moved in terms of units to other sections where they could shower using hot water, because we were against the system of using buckets and some elements that use electricity, which are dangerous. We then said, no, that we cannot allow. But you can see that these are old images that are constantly being supplied to media entities. eNCA is not the first one to receive these images, and they're quite old, to say, look at the situation and nothing has changed. But we've always committed to say we're addressing these challenges. Unfortunately, the facility is very old. That center was built in 1982, and with more and more numbers going in there. Johannesburg is servicing 26 courts. You can imagine the amount of inmates who then go there as remandees. But those challenges are being attended to.
All right, so if you are saying, Singabakho, that these images are quite old, are you then telling me that the hot water system has been addressed? Are you telling me that the issues around the quality of food have been addressed? Because to your point, you're saying the visuals are quite old.
Let's talk about the issue of food. Inmates will dish, like they will be served to say, here's your meal, be it a dinner or it's lunch. What others will do, they will keep that meal up to a stage where it is off. They will then take a photo of that and say, look at the type of food that we are being given, which is totally unfair, and it's so wrong, because you then want to understand what is the motive behind that. If we were to take cameras to our kitchens, I'm sure you will see a different picture, and we've done that before, and with the situation permitting in future, we can do that again. And
when can we do that, Singabakho? Let's clinch that deal right now. When can we do it? We are available any minute now.
When we take the country back to level 1, we have done that before. I've taken the media even to the maximum section at the week off. where even in terms of our policies, it's not allowed. But we managed to find a correct motivation to say, let's do this, so that we can deal with this myth.
Yeah.
Because I can tell you, it will upset so many people when I were to show you the type of food that we service that even some people on this cannot afford. It is therefore hurting to us when people receive meals, they then said, no, it is not proper, because they know that what they've done there is wrong. They've kept it for a prolonged period of time.
Singabakho, can you make a commitment to us that you can invite our reporter, Barry Bateman, who had sources sending him these pictures and these shocking videos? Can you make a commitment that you can invite him as soon as you can, so that he can come in with the cameras and they can see the food that is being dished out at the prisons? Because you are arguing that what we are seeing in the footage is actually the prisoners themselves being disingenuous because they're waiting for the food to spoil and then take the videos and leak them. Can you make that commitment to us so we can report back to our viewers as to what we have uncovered when we come on that visit?
I will walk with him, even on the date which is unannounced, to say, let's go in there and see what is happening.
Well, I was hoping you're going to announce the date. That's the commitment I'm hoping for.
It's a commitment I'm making, but let us wait for the country to be at level 1 in terms of COVID protocols, because right now we cannot take people inside our centers.
Okay.
But once we're at level 1, I will not even need for Barry to remind me. I'll be the one to say, tell me whenever you are ready, let's go inside there.
Okay, we'll keep that, Singabakho. You have mentioned that this is old footage. You said that, yes, the inspectorate, they've gone there, they've looked at what needs to be done. The water system, there were steam pipes that were being installed. If these are old... If these are old footages, Singabakho, what I'm trying to understand is, as it stands right now, are you telling us, are you confirming that prisoners don't have to go through those risky measures to get hot water? The hot water system has been fixed. Is that what you are confirming this afternoon?
What I've said to you is that 16 calorifiers have been installed. That was not there when we went with checks. I've said to you, the new steam pipes were almost at 90% in terms of completion. And these projects do take time, but it's to demonstrate. It's something that we can also show to eNCA when we go inside there, to say, look at the work that we have done. Unfortunately, this is an old infrastructure. You fix this today, 3 days down the line it's broken because of overcrowding.
But as it stands right now, are there prisoners that are still using that risky system as it stands right now? Or are you saying that 90% of the work has been done, we've started and are about to finish the work of completing and fixing this hot system, but there are still prisoners that are going through those risky measures to get hot water?
I said, and I'm going to repeat it, you've got other sections where you do have hot water. And we've made arrangements that inmates could be moved to those sections when they need to bath. They don't have to use these risky measures.
All right, Singabakho, thank you so much for your time. I'm sure we'll talk again when you have completed that visit with our reporter, Barry Bateman. I'm sure we'll have that chat again to see how far you have gone as correctional services in fixing and dealing with the issues in our prisons.